In this video, we're going to talk about a question I get a lot from you guys, which is I want to get a high ticket sales job, but I'm not really sure what to do. What do I do every day to make that happen? So all my videos and content explain how to find a job on their own, but there's still some disconnect for you on how to make that happen. So based on your situation, I'm going to tell you how to go from your job right now to making 10K a month in a remote sales job. Most people have a full-time job, right? So you have limited time, and any type of make money online thing, high ticket sales thing is going to take some daily time and work. So here's how to do that. To start, if you have no sales experience whatsoever and you're completely new to this closing thing, I would recommend that you think about starting with appointment setting. If you start as an appointment setter, you can always move into a closer role 3 to 6 months later. You still make great money as a setter, 5 to 8K a month with a good business, and you could do it all from your phone while you have a full-time job. So that is an extremely likely path for you to succeed if you have no experience and you don't have a lot of time. Now, you don't have to do that. I'd say like 8 out of 10 people that come into my program just go for closing because that's what I recommend. And they all have full-time jobs when they come in, so it's really up to you, right? You can make it work if you want it. But the most important thing I'm going to say in this video, I'm about to say right now, the only thing between you and making 6 figures in a remote sales job is you not putting in the daily consistent work each day. Doing it on the days you don't feel like it and doing it when you're discouraged because you're not getting results or responses. If you just do the daily work that I'm going to lay out in this video and you don't stop, you will succeed. If you need to watch that over and over, do it. That is the facts. You could carve that shit in the 10 Commandments in the side of a mountain, in a fucking museum, whatever you want. You know how I know? Because this is all that I do. I've done this with tons of people. The people that succeed are the ones that are consistent every day. The ones that fail are the ones that are not consistent. That's it. There's no other factors. It's always this factor. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't have unique problems. You don't have special circumstances. Everybody has those. Everybody has excuses. The people that are just fucking consistent succeed and make money. The people that are not, they miss days here or there. They're not consistent. They fucking fail every time. If you're not consistent every day, you're going to fail. So the only barrier to you getting a good closer role is your time and the work that you put into this each day. Which isn't even that much work, but most people are just not going to stay consistent. So you need about 1 solid hour a day of working on this every day, and you may need to do that for a few months or longer. So you as full-time job guy that has no time, you need to figure out if you want to do closing or setting first, and then you need to commit to that choice and just get to work. So what you're going to do first is watch my video called The Lazy Way to Get a 10K a month high ticket sales job. I'm going to link it in the description below. All you have to do is go and click on it after this video. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply that step-by-step process that I laid out in that video and just do that every single day. I tell you exactly what to do. But to summarize, for 1 hour a day, you're going to be doing outreach on social media and applying to posted jobs. You will be doing this primarily on Instagram and a little bit on LinkedIn. So what I recommend is you just do this process in the morning. First thing, you just knock it out. And then it's done and you've already succeeded for the day and there's no chance it gets put off till later because, oh, man, I got busy. My fucking stupid Netflix show's on. Just do it. It's 1 hour. Just get it over with. Or you could do it on your lunch break or at night when you've got a free hour, when you're chilling, when you're, doing whatever it is that you do. But make this 1 solid hour a day non-negotiable. So you've got a full-time job maybe you have a family as well, maybe you have all these other weird things you're distracted with on a daily basis, but just make that 1 hour the priority. Like, I will get this done come hell or high water. Now, sometimes this will extend to an hour and a half. Sometimes you'll knock it out in 20 to 30 minutes. It's really not important, right? We're talking about your goals here. Make this 1 hour a day the most important commitment for at least the next few months. Just extend the timeline. Be like, I don't care how long it's going to take. I will do this every day, however long it takes. Now, during the day, what's going to happen is you're going to have to reply to messages and responses that you get, but this can all be done from your phone. If you literally cannot monitor your phone a little bit just to reply to messages and responses in a somewhat prompt manner, then you've got to reevaluate what you're doing and do something else before you try to do this. But just make it work. Find the time. If you really want something, you're going to find a way. And this is not even remotely hard to do. And for some context, the way that I know if someone's going to succeed long term at making lots of money in general is how hard or easy they think this process is. So I'll say that again. I can tell if someone's going to succeed at business and making like lots of money later based on how hard they think this process is. Like if you think this is difficult to do outreach and applying every single day without fail for like 3 months, 6 months, even 12 months just to get a high ticket sales role, you are literally fucked. This is the easiest shit in the entire world. If you cannot do what I just mentioned, you are never going to make millions of dollars or run businesses or do anything but a 9-to-5. Real talk. A literal single-digit age child could do this fucking process. You need to wake up. If you think this is hard to do every day, you're not going to be able to do any of the stuff later that's required to make lots of money. This is fucking easy, bro. But most people I taught, they can't even do this. If you cannot do this every day, consistently, no matter how long the time frame is, without crying, getting discouraged, oh, I'm in such a bad mood, this is so hard, you are literally fucked. So go watch the video that's linked in the description and commit to that process for 1 hour a day. The process is you dedicate 1 hour a day to this, no matter what. And then throughout the day, you monitor messages and responses that come in on your phone. When they come in, you constantly want to be trying to set up calls or interviews with those business owners, getting on calls with them, that's the goal, and then going on those calls until you find a good opportunity, whether that's a closer role or a setter role. Now, I've explained in detail in many other videos how you should vet these businesses, so I would watch those as well. They will tell you what questions to ask on the interviews so that you don't get bent over by dishonest, idiotic, and moronic business owners. Now, quickly to emphasize, you can 100% get a closer role when you have a full-time job, okay? So you're watching this because you're not sure what to do and you probably have a full-time job. And I'm telling you, from working with lots of people, you can 100% do this. You can apply for one, search for them, go on these interviews, find and land a good opportunity, all while having a full-time job. But you have to decide when you do get hired, are you going to be able to make that jump right away? Or should you start with setting? Should you look for a more part-time closer role, which is going to be more difficult to find, obviously? So these are the things you'll have to think about. So if you decide to get a closer role, when you get on one, a lot of them are going to want you to work full-time, right? That's just going to be the default requirement or default thing most of the business owners want, but there will be some of them who want a part-time person. It's just going to depend on the role. So if you're trying to leave a full-time job, can you leave that and go straight into full-time closing? Maybe you need to start at part-time. And if so, you're going to have to focus on finding only part-time roles. It's going to allow you to do that, you know? If you have a full-time job and you have very little time to dedicate to this until you get it figured out, again, I would go back to the appointment setter example because you could probably squeeze that in easier while you have a full-time job. And then you can use that as like your bridge to closing. You know what I mean? Just a few months later, usually. So these are just things that you'll need to think about. I'm trying to indirectly give you advice, right, through a YouTube video, because if we were working one-on-one together, I could easily take care of these things in 5 minutes. But this is just stuff to think about. Another thing on appointment setting. Appointment setting is probably the easiest job in the world. It's just, you're just managing leads, trying to get them to schedule a sales call. It's not hard. And it sets you up to get a closer role where you can make a lot more money, 10K a month and beyond in the not too distant future. But if you go straight for closing, you're going to make that money much faster. And to be honest, if you're an adult man like me, just go for closing. This is not that hard, bro. I promise that more than likely, depending on who you are, you've done much harder things than this at some point in your life. And if you want the most likely path to success out of your hellhole job into making 6 figures a year to talk to people on Zoom at home, then this is the path. This is it. You don't have to start a business. You don't have to deal with clients. You don't have to do a whole bunch of other things. This is the way. So if you're watching this video, you're looking at other make money stuff too, right? Like opportunities. All of those are way more difficult because most of them involve starting some type of business, right? This is not that. This is just sales where you can make pretty close to comparable money for way less the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And in a much quicker time frame. That's just the facts. Starting a business is way more difficult. And this is the way. There's nothing else that's going to be comparable to this. And if you think you can't make this work, you are not serious. Any type of way for you to make substantially more money than a job is going to come through a business or sales or something illegal. Since I'm assuming that the third one is out and you have no idea what to do, then a business is also out, which leaves you with sales, the easiest way to get money now. If you cannot do this and just get a sales job with an internet business and implement the process that I've laid out and in the video in the description, you are not serious. You're just mentally masturbating, entertaining yourself on YouTube, which is fine. That's like 99% of you watching this. Everything else is way harder than this. I know because I've done them all. If you cannot do this and you are not meant to do anything else than what you're doing right now, which is dicking off on YouTube. So, you have a choice. You can get discouraged by that and let some guy on YouTube tell you, hey, maybe you're not cut out for this. Or you can do what I always did when people did that to me and I said, fuck you. This is exactly what I'm going to do and I'm going to get it done. Who the fuck are you? You don't know me. Stop letting another man label you or tell you what you are capable of. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can do? You need to stop putting other people on a pedestal and listen to yourself. So, the choice is up to you. Next thing, when you are doing these messages and these outreach applications during your 1 hour a day that we've discussed, understand that most people are just not going to reply. Most of your messages will go unread. Most of your applications will be ignored. People will stop replying in the middle of conversations for no reason. They'll leave you unseen 8, 10, 15 times with no explanation. That is normal. That is how human beings operate these days. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not doing anything wrong. That is normal. I would watch that part again like 5 times. So that is normal. And most importantly, not a reason to be discouraged. Remember that you only need to get one. You only need to get one good connection, one good call to get a good opportunity, and then you have succeeded. So just keep that in mind when day after day you're doing this. No one's getting back to you. You're getting left on scene, etc., etc. This is normal. Just keep doing it. I am a machine. I will not stop. This is normal. If you consistently do your 1 hour of applying and outreach every day, you will get a good opportunity. There's just too much good opportunities out here. The demand for you, and to try to make this clear, the amount of opportunities that there are compared to the amount of good, competent people trying to get them, this far outweighs you. You are in massive demand. Every single business owner is constantly in need of a good salesperson. Good salespeople turn over. They're very hard to find. There's just not that many of you. And most of the people who are trying to get these roles are total idiots, brother. I can't even emphasize that point enough. Like, we live in idiocracy society. If you've never seen that movie, go Google it with Luke Wilson. That's our society. So like, if you have half a brain, there's all this opportunity right here, bro. You just have to get in front of the people, right? That's the punchline. So if you have a full-time job and limited time, this is what your path looks like. The more time and energy that you put into this, the faster you will succeed. But it's more important that you do it every day. It's impossible for you to fail at something if you put time into it every day and you just never stop until you make it work. If you really want something and you are serious, you will make it work. No exceptions. So that's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer job or a setter job, go to the links in the description. Until next time.